The Iowa cornfield stretched endlessly under the amber sunset when Verk first spotted the smoking wreckage in his north pasture. What he initially mistook for a crashed motorcycle turned out to be something far more extraordinary, a sleek, chrome vehicle that hummed with otherworldly energy, its twisted metal frame sparking with purple electricity. Verk approached cautiously, his weathered hands gripping the toolbox he'd grabbed from his workshop. 40 years of fixing farm equipment had taught him that most broken things just needed patience and the right touch. This strange contraption, despite its alien origins, didn't look fundamentally different from the hoverbikes he'd seen in sci-fi movies. "Hello?" he called out, scanning the crash site. "Anyone hurt?" A groan emerged from behind the vehicle. Verk hurried around to find a young woman with unnaturally pale skin and striking violet eyes, her black hair streaked with silver. She wore a form-fitting suit that shimmered like liquid mercury, torn in several places and stained with what looked suspiciously like dark blood. "My bike," she whispered, her accent carrying melodic tones he couldn't place. I must continue my search." Verk knelt beside her, noting how cold her skin felt despite the warm evening. "Easy there, miss. Let's get you looked at first. I'm Verk, and this is my farm. What's your name?" "Anna," she replied, struggling to sit up. Her canine teeth seemed unusually sharp as she spoke. "I am not from here. My transportation is damaged, and time runs short." While Anna rested against a fence post, Verk examined her vehicle, or space bike as she called it. The technology was beyond anything he'd ever encountered, yet the basic principles seemed familiar. Propulsion system, energy conduits, stabilization arrays, different materials, different power source. But the logic remained the same. "What kind of fuel does this thing run on?" Verk asked, running his fingers along what appeared to be an energy cell. Anna's expression darkened. "It requires a very specific essence, something I have been searching for across star systems." She paused, studying him with those unsettling violet eyes. "You would call it life force." Most folks would have run screaming at that point, but Verk had seen enough strange things in his 70 years to take it in stride. Besides, the young woman looked desperately tired and far from home. "Well," he said, scratching his gray beard, "I might not have any life force lying around, but I've got a workshop full of power cells and generators. Sometimes the best solution isn't the original one, it's the one that works." Over the next 3 hours, Verk worked with methodical precision. He bypassed the exotic energy systems with conventional Earth technology, jerry-rigging a fusion of human engineering and alien design. Anna watched in fascination as he welded, rewired, and recalibrated. "Your species," she said during a break, "they are remarkably adaptive. On my world, we rely heavily on biological energy sources. We never considered mechanical alternatives." "That's the thing about humans," Verk replied, wiping grease from his hands. "We're stubborn as mules and too curious for our own good. Can't leave well enough alone." He gestured to the now humming space bike. "Speaking of which, what exactly are you searching for out there?" Anna's expression grew distant. "My people are dying. We are an ancient race, sustained by what you might call vampiric feeding. But our traditional prey has grown scarce, and we've become too dependent on biological energy." She looked at Verk's modifications with wonder. "We never thought to seek mechanical sustenance." "Sometimes the answer isn't finding what you're looking for," Verk said, starting up the hybrid propulsion system. "Sometimes it's changing what you need." The space bike roared to life, its alien components harmonizing with human technology in a symphony of controlled power. The purple electrical discharge was gone, replaced by a steady blue glow that seemed somehow more stable, more sustainable. Anna stared in disbelief. "You've done something my people's greatest engineers could not. You've freed us from our dependence on biological energy." Verk shrugged modestly. "Just used what I had on hand. Your bike's computer should be able to analyze my modifications and replicate them. Take that knowledge back to your people. Show them there's another way." As Anna prepared to leave, she turned to face the old farmer. "Why did you help me?" You suspected what I was, didn't you? Figured you were probably something dangerous, yes, Verk admitted. But you were also someone far from home who needed help. That's what humans do. We help first and ask questions later. Usually gets us in trouble, but sometimes it works out. Anna smiled, revealing those sharp canines once more, though now they seemed less threatening and more sad. Your species may not be the strongest or fastest in the galaxy, but you possess something rarer, the ability to see solutions where others see only problems. She mounted the modified space bike, its hybrid systems responding perfectly to her touch. I will return someday to thank you properly, and perhaps to show you what peace looks like among the stars. As Anna's space bike disappeared into the star-filled sky, leaving only a fading blue contrail, Verk returned to his workshop. He'd helped solve a crisis that could save an entire civilization, all because he'd treated a problem like any other broken machine that needed fixing. In the end, that was humanity's greatest strength, the unshakable belief that everything could be repaired, improved, or reimagined with enough ingenuity and elbow grease. Even ancient cosmic vampires, it seemed, weren't beyond the reach of good old-fashioned human stubbornness. The cornfields rustled in the evening breeze, keeping their secrets safe beneath the vast Iowa sky.